Hi, you're welcome to the Cafe Day Show. This is the International Jazz Day edition of the show. And today I am blessed to interview not just one, but two great musicians, all from the beautiful country of Ghana. And it gives me great delight to welcome you to this show. It's going to be quite a very interesting one. So for those of you who are joining us for the very first time, this is the Cafe Day Show. My first guest started his career at the age of 12. He's going to be 40 this year, so you do the math. 28 years as a professional musician. He's played all over the world. I'd love to see his passport because he's played all over Africa, in parts of Asia, in Europe, in America as well. He's worked with great musicians, both from the African continent and right across the world. And he is a pianist, professional pianist. And today he's going to share his thoughts about what it is to be a jazz musician in a time like this, in the era of coronavirus, where everything has turned upside down. How has the pandemic affected his career? How has the pandemic made... He's an award-winning pianist and has worked with many musicians on this continent and across the world. I'd like to bring you onto the show. Victor Dey Jr. live on Cafe Day. Good morning.
Morning.
You're welcome. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you.
And if any of you are wondering whether I look a lot like the guest, well, the guest is my brother. So disclosure there for you. Let's start with some music. Since today is International Jazz Day, just give us a little bit of what is on in your brain and on your fingers. Some small music for us to start the day. 30 seconds, 1 minute. Play us something.
Sure. I'll play you something new, something soft that I've been working on in recent times. Okay,
great. Nice one. What's the title of that song?
It's called Time Not Forgotten.
Time Not Forgotten.
Yes.
How do you choose titles for instrumental music where there are no words?
It depends. Sometimes they're inspired by the titles are inspired by another musician or some other music. Sometimes the titles are inspired by a person, just their demeanor, or just the way they are. And sometimes, I don't know, something, I just get an idea or a theme or something, and then I go with it and I develop it. So it's like a very random process.
Okay. So depending on what it is, the title will be inspired by maybe a person, a mood, a thing, anything at all.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just curious though. If you were not a professional jazz musician, keyboardist, pianist, what do you think you would be doing right now?
This because I'm curious about so many things. I like electronics, so computers, video games. I like airplanes as well. So aviation. What else? There was a time where I liked to write, not, but yeah, also. So there's many professions that could be the one.
All right, so you could have been an engineer or a pilot or a programmer or things like that.
Yeah, or a tester, a video game tester.
Oh, a video game tester. Okay, all right. This will play because there's one of the songs on your Makwa album sounds so much like a video.
Yes,
a video game.
Yeah, it's inspired by something from the 80s.
Yeah, play some more, man. Just give me 30 seconds of that. Nice. Yeah, I love that one. My kids love it too, man. Because they also in the whole video game thing, so they really connect with that.
Yes.
Let's talk about what is happening right now, the coronavirus pandemic. What are your thoughts on what's happening right now, and how have you been impacted by this illness raging around the world?
Just like almost every facet of life, when things happen, there's a positive side and there's a negative side. And as hard as it is to imagine with Corona, I will start with the positives because it has cancelled all my gigs and curtailed all my movements. It's actually forced me to sit down and try to break out of some of my bad musical habits and reinforce the positive ones. So it's gotten me to sit down and pay more attention to certain things that my playing is lacking. And I'm using this time to do that. It's also given everybody a lot of time that is not necessarily accounted for. Whereas before Corona, you'd be off to gigs and teaching appointments and rehearsals, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. But now everybody finds themselves isolated. So these are the positives. Now on to the negatives. Nothing is happening. I had about 9 engagements this month, some of them out of the country, some in the country. They've all been cancelled. And the world that the music business world, if you have a gig and you haven't signed your contract yet and something happens, that's it. There's no compensation for you. And it's quite tough in this sense, but we can't complain. We can just keep forging ahead.
How are you riding this very rough patch? How are you doing this? Are you doing stuff virtually? What's going on?
Yes. I was already engaged in quite a few online groups before Corona. So now I'm more actively engaged there. We're trading videos and doing a lot of sharing. I'm also working like remotely from the other musicians in the studios and doing stuff at home. So I have my small setup with some keyboards and a computer, sound card, and it's forcing me to do things I wouldn't otherwise be doing. So yes, I guess these are the coping mechanisms.
I see that you're doing some interesting work with Nord keyboard.
Yes.
I bumped onto it in Facebook. Are you an ambassador for that brand of keyboards? And tell me about that collaboration.
Yes, that story is quite interesting because for many years now, I think we are entering the 9th or so year, I've had a very special relationship with Virtual Sound Lab and the owner and staff. And they've been very, very good to me. And they've supported my music with opportunities, instruments, musical equipment, even cold hard cash. And I think 3 years ago, Nana, who's the owner, Nana Poku, said, hey, I don't really have my deal with Kurzweil keyboards any longer, and so I want to try this other brand. Can you check and tell me if it's a cool brand? So I thought he was going to come with some obscure brand that nobody has heard of, and then he said, hey, it's Nord keyboards, and I'm like, thank you, God. These are the people I've been looking for all along. They make like really, really great products. And so, yes, if you want to pursue this thing with them, by all means, because the product sells itself. It's great. And so he got the first consignment in, and he gave me the Nord Stage 3 to use, keep for free, no contracts, no obligations. Like, hey, this is the way that I can support you. So you take the keyboard, which I gladly did. And then later,
yeah, of course.
Yeah. Sorry?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. So later he says, hey, you can't just be, enjoying yourself in Ghana only. You need to enjoy, everywhere you can. So let me get in touch with the Nord people so that they put you up as one of their artists. And I was like, okay. And then we kept going back and forth. Everybody was busy, and we said, hey, we'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow finally came, but it was really strange because for a while I've been posting some videos. I don't like to do this, but it's the sign of the time, so we have to bend and be malleable.
Yeah.
So I started posting some videos, and then I would tag Nord keyboards. And what I didn't know that I was the company itself. I thought I was tagging a Nord keyboard group on Instagram and Facebook. So was it a month or two ago, I get a direct message from the company saying, hey, we've seen that you're doing some lovely stuff on Facebook and on Instagram and on social media, so would you like to be a part of a series that we're introducing soon? And I was like, hey, sure, who doesn't want to be a part of a Nord series? And then later, the marketing manager sends me another message and says, hey, by the way, I need to put you on our artist page because we don't have many people, artists from Africa, so we need to promote them some more. And if you're interested, send me your details and I'll put you up there. So that's what happened.
Okay, great stuff. And so I've been enjoying the Nord Lockdown series.
Yeah.
And since you've been talking about music and you have a piano in front of us, I want you to play something for us right now. I get this feedback that, well, jazz, it's not African. And I'm surprised because I know the history of the music, that the music was taken from here and ended up being transported in America, where it fertilized with other forms of music to become what we know as jazz. I want you to play something Ghanaian or African, maybe from your album or anything African or something that we know like Ghana say or something, anything but with a Ghanaian feel for us so we can hear a little bit of what you do.
Okay. So you want me to play with the Ghanaian feel?
Yes, give us a Ghanaian something, but with the jazz thing as well. I mean, you.
Let's see.
Nice. I love it. It sounds a bit like...
I was groping for some of the notes there because it's been a long time and I was trying to remember.
Yeah. That was sweet. That's from Ghana. I know your album is called Makola.
Yeah.
This album. Why did you come up with Makola? What was the whole idea behind that?
Well, it wasn't my idea actually. It was Senyor's idea. For those of you that don't know, he's watching somewhere now, but he's also a brother of mine, and he says, "Hey, stop this funny business with these titles, and then give your album a title that embodies, the Ghanaian spirit." So then he came up with the Makola thing. Like, Makola Market, has movement, diversity, all the things that I find in your music when I listen to it. So, hey, Makola is a good title, and so that's what it was at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I think I like the whole justification, the diversity, the movement, the sounds, the smells, the feel of Africa. And our own grandmother used to have a story. Makola, the old man's mother. So hey, why not? A nice little tribute to them. I've heard musicians say their music is like their children, so they can't really choose a favorite one. But I'm going to ask you, which of the songs on Makola would you like to play for us right now?
Eesh. It's a long time that I played these things, and I'm sure we'll be groping for notes.
Okay, let me hum one. The song sounds very Ghanaian.
Yeah, that's the High Life Suite.
The High Life one, yes.
I will try not to mess it up. Okay.
Man, there's no way you could have forgotten how to play this one. Really nice. I really enjoyed that. Before I let you go, I'd like to have your International Jazz Day message for people all around the world who love and appreciate jazz. And even for those who don't really have any connection with jazz, what is your message for them as a jazz musician, an educator, a producer? What's your International Jazz Day message?
Hey, they should keep safe, keep well, keep the music safe, keep the music alive.
All right. Victor Dey Jr. has been my guest on today's edition of the Kafui Dey Show, celebrating International Jazz